I never can remember to do that.
Yeah. But, and I always look down right when they throw the coin, which is kind of a dumb thing to do. But we'll let you know here in just a moment who has won the toss. Looks like that looks like Corbin will be kicking off, I think. Well, Corbin will be kicking this football away. Evarts will be receiving. Once again, Evarts is 3-1. Corbin is 1-3. Get your favorite chair, or get around the table or whatever, and enjoy some exciting Redhound football action this evening on T107 and WCTT-AM, Great Country 68.
Well, again, a lot of people, say that the Evarts Wildcats is a sure win for Corbin, but I'm going to tell you this. Corbin might have thought last week that Glasgow would have been a pretty easy victory, although Glasgow's program has been year in and year out much better than Evarts. But the Evarts Wildcats will do one thing. They're going to come out and they're going to hit you.
Well, Matt Phillips will be kicking the football away for the Corbin Redhounds, and the kick is going to be taken by number 42, Jimmy Whitaker, at the 20, right in the middle field to the 25, cuts it out to the left side, and he is clobbered at the 27-yard line, thrown back to the 25, but the spot will go on the 27-yard line, and Evarts will have it 1st and 10 from there.
Jason Curry, a junior, hustling down. Also Scott Hart down. Scott, a sophomore. Jason Curry, he's one of my favorites.
So we'll check out that new defensive alignment here by the Corbin Redhounds against the Wildcats of Evarts. Corbin supposedly will switch from the 50 to the 6'2". Evarts quarterback Timmy Browning, he's 6'4", 170 pounds. He's a senior. In the young backfield with Clifton Harp, a junior, Terry Snelling, a junior, and Jimmy Whitaker, a sophomore. They line it up full house in the backfield, and Browning is going to hand it off around the right side to Whitaker. Moves it up to the 30-yard line. Down there, brings up 2nd down for Evarts.
Well, I see some new starters in there for Corbin. One of those is Josh Pate. Josh, a junior, starting in there at one of the down positions. Also, looks like Shane Romines.
We were told that Corbin would, another thing that we didn't get to in the pregame, that Corbin would have only 2 or 3 players going both ways. Jody Mauser, Jason Eastup, and maybe Jeremy Root.
Byron Jones is starting here at one end.
So Coach Adams trying to keep his troops a little bit fresher. Hand off to number 24, Clifton Harp, a 5'9", 170-pound junior. And Clifton crosses to the 34-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and almost 5 yards now for Evarts. They're working right in the middle of the field.
We don't have a starting lineup, so I'm trying to have to pick these kids up as I get them. Let's go across the front line there. Looks like Shane Romines, Matt Pate, Jason Noel are the 3 of the 4 down people. Number 48, do you have him?
Travis Smith.
Travis Smith.
And Browning turns and hands off to Whitaker around the right side, and he surges forward for the 1st down. He found a hole, and he just glided through that hole almost in the air and picks up the 1st down for the Evarts Wildcats right at the 39.5-yard line. So 1st and 10 from there for the Wildcats of Evarts.
The linebackers tonight are Adams and Shackford again. They've been there most of the year. In the secondary, Mauser, Jeff Root, and Chad Eastep. Or excuse me, not Chad, Jason. Sorry about that, Jace. I always call you Chad.
Yeah, there was a Chad here about 10 years ago, Burley. I think you got a good memory. No, it hasn't been that long. As once again, Evarts will go with the wishbone in the backfield. Browning will turn. He fakes the handoff, rolling out to the left side. He's got pressure. Lets it go anyway. It should be picked off and is by Jody Mauser at the 40. He's back to the 35. Now cuts it back upfield to the 40, to the 45. Shakes a tackle on up to the 50-yard line, and it will be 1st and 10 for Corbin from midfield.
Well, Evarts came out and ran, and tried to put us to sleep and then hit us with a big play. But that time, Jody Mauser, Jody plays on both sides of the ball and does a tremendous job.
Well, the spot will be just to the Corbin side of the 50-yard line, near the right hash marks, and the Hounds will take it there offensively. And we'll have Burley set the offense for you.
All right, in the backfield, Matt Phillips, Michael White, and Jody Mauser. The ends are Eastep and Mims.
And both ends are out wide as Mauser will give it up the middle to Hart. He's got room. Scott Hart all the way down to the 33-yard line. Whoa. That's quick.
Well, the only starter I left out was Scott Hart, and he hits a big play in there. Scott Hart, only a sophomore, but he has great quickness and good balance.
Scott looked good in the Glasgow game, and I thought he might earn himself some more playing time. And, of course, with Chris Okuma out of this football game with some great problems, Scott getting the start there. He's in the backfield right now, the wishbone, He's at the head of that. The right halfback is Mike Wyatt. The left halfback is Phillips. Handoff goes to Phillips. He's around the right side. Big hole. Dragging Evarts players with him to the 27-yard line and down there.
Matt's coming off what I felt like was one of his best games because Matt was really running hard at Evarts.
Just underway in the first period, 9:05 to go in it, and counting down, Corbin with the interception by Jody Mauser on the drive against the Wildcats of Evarts. East up the left end, Mims the right end. They're both in tight. Mauser underneath center with the wishbone behind him and a flag on the play.
Well, you know, you mentioned that Corbin had a lot of people going just one way. With the exception of Estep and Mauser, I don't see another one that right off I think is going both ways.
Yeah, I thought maybe that Jeff Root would, but Root's not getting the start offensively. Number 48, Travis Smith, checks into the football game, Burley, and he'll be playing some fullback this evening. Travis, 255-pound fullback. Probably won't be seeing Travis get the football much. He's in there mainly for blocking purposes.
Well, he's a pretty good-sized fullback, I'll tell you that.
Yes, he is. He stands out back there among those other guys. And he's lined up at fullback right now behind Mauser. Phillips, the left halfback. Mike Wyatt, number 27, the right halfback. Mauser underneath his center. Takes the snap and drops back. He's going to pass. Rolls out to the left. Looks for Phillips. He's got him wide open, and it's caught by Phillips down at the 15, down to the 10, down to the 5. Touchdown, Matt Phillips and the Corbin Red Hats.
Well, Matt Phillips made a great run after he caught the football, Dave. He, like I said, he's one of those athletes on this team that can turn this year around. Jody with a good, sharp pass out there. Matt's able to pick it up and take it right in for the score.
Well, so now Matt Phillips doing something he really didn't have time to do in the Glasgow game, and that's get his kicking shoe on and get ready to kick the football here. And Matt still over on the sidelines getting his kicking shoe ready. Still getting ready. And you know, Matt's missed some extra points, Burley, but when he's got time, he's a good kicker.
I think so. I don't think he's missed them when he's had time. And again, we're probably going to get a penalty right here.
And we are. So Corbin, too much time. Matt could not get everything ready.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It's obvious that we don't have time to make the switch, especially after Matt scores and he's involved in a game. So I think probably what we're going to have to, or what's going on now is we've said, hey, we're going to go ahead and take the penalty.
That'll be the best thing to do. Just let Matt practice kicking from 15 instead of from the 10. Here's the kick by Phillips. Looks like it could be no good. Kick that one off to the right, so another extra point comes up empty for the Corbin Red Hounds, but they're on top of Evarts 6-0 with 8:35 to go in the first period. We'll be back. This is Red Hound football on the Sports Leader, WCTT T107. Wonder why John ain't hired her yet, man. Wonder why John's not hired her yet. Wonder why John's not hired that girl yet.
I don't know.
That was the one. In the black. In the black. White sweater. Well, it's been a thorn in the side of the Corbin Red Hounds all season long, and it's still there in this football game as Matt Phillips cannot connect on the extra point. He had to kick that one from the 15-yard line, which was a 25-yarder, and missed it just to the right. Had good distance, had good height on the football, but missed it off to the right side. But Corbin does lead 6-0 after a 28-yard touchdown pass from Jody Mauser to Matt Phillips.
You know, should Corbin get in a district, win a district, and be able to get in a playoff, Dave, that's something that's got to be remedied. They've got to be able to kick that extra point through there.
And I would agree. I know that's a point of concern for a lot of Corbin fans and for the Corbin coaching staff. Phillips is all set to kick it away here. Back to receive, number 42 in the middle of the field, Jimmy Whitaker. Over on the left side, number 11, Jason Snelling. And it's going to be caught by one of the upbacks, though. That will be Scott McKenzie. And McKenzie, well, he's getting out of there with the football around to the right side, and he's taking it all the way up to the 44-yard line. Scott McKenzie, little number 64, one of the upbacks. He came out of a crowd of Red Hound players and got pretty good yardage. Well, real good yardage, as a matter of fact, up to the 44-yard line, and Evarts will take it there.
Byron Jones hit him a great shot right down the middle of the field, Dave, but didn't lock up, and then Wesley Moore's able to get him down. Nearly broke that one.
So it's 1st and 10 for Evarts from their own 44-yard line. Working off the right hash mark. Timmy Browning, the quarterback, underneath the center. Number 50, Lee Ramsey. It will be the wishbone lined up behind Browning. He's a big quarterback, 6'4". Handoff goes right up the middle to number 20, Terry Snelling. Bumps off of Corbin players across the 45 to the 46. 2nd down awaits the Wildcats.
Looks like Josh Pate in on stop for Corbin that time. Josh getting his first start this year. I think I called Josh Matt earlier, but that's Josh Pate. Good player. I'm glad Josh getting an opportunity to play.
So Corbin lines it up in the defense. It is the 6-man front, the 6-2. 6-man front with a couple of linebackers and 3 defensive backs. The wishbone now for Evarts. Browning hands it off up the middle to Whitaker, and Whitaker's around the right side. For some pretty good yardage across midfield on down to the 48-yard line.
Chad Adams over to make the stop.
Pretty good play fake that time by the quarterback Browning. I thought that Snelling, the fullback, had the football, but it went to one of the halfbacks, Whitaker, who is the best runner on this team. And he crosses midfield. It'll be 3rd and short now for Evarts, about 2 yards. Spot is on the 48. They need to make the 46 and a little better. And here's the quarterback sneak. Browning will get the 1st down. Nice hold there for Timmy Browning on the QB sneak. Takes it to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 there from Evarts.
Evarts, Dave, has been fairly impressive with running a football.
Well, you got a team here that's 3-1. They beat a pretty good to understand Lincamp team at Lincamp last Saturday night, 14-10. So they're no pushover, just another good test for the Corbin Redhounds. I'd say the Hounds are about tired of all these good tests they've been getting this year. Let's get an easy team on the schedule. Browning underneath center. Once again, the wishbone. He's going to hand it off to number 20, Snelling, and Snelling heads off to the left side with it for about a yard. Chad Adams getting him by the legs, and down he goes.
Also, Shane Romines over there. He's one of the new starters. Along that front tonight, Josh Pate, Travis Smith, Shane Romines, and Jason Noel. Shackelford and Adams are the linebackers. The ends are Byron Jones and Brent Willoughby.
6:05 to go in the first period. 6-0 Corbin on top. But Evarts with the football. 2nd down and along 8 yards. Snelling with the carry, and he's got a yard and no more. 3rd down for Evarts.
Noel and Adams on to stop.
5 minutes and 39 seconds to go. Oh, I heard that whistle there. Where's that coming from?
I don't know.
It's been from the PA system, maybe.
Might be my dinner bell.
Your dinner bell. Man, you ate 3 hot dogs and 2 hamburgers.
Easy now, easy.
Party. I got reports on your eating abilities down there, Burley. As Browning underneath center takes the snap, he's going to give it off to, no, he's going to throw the football. He faked it to Whitaker. It's going to be incomplete. Tended out on the right sideline for one of the ends, Jerome Estes, and that'll bring up 4th down now for the Wildcats of Evarts.
Well, so far, the new 62 defense has been pretty good.
Well, it's not been tested to the outside yet, but, you know, with that extra man up there, he should be able to get a little better pursuit going.
Well, in about 2 weeks, he'll be tested outside. We go to Rockcastle County.
Yes, J.D. Harris will test it and test it and test it. Number 24, Clifton Harp, the punter for Evarts. And the snap is bobbled. He picks it up. Now he gets the kick underway. It's a line drive kick. It's going to be taken by Jody Mauser at the 25. But Evarts with good coverage on the play after the bad snap, and Corbin will take it there, 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Jody Mauser with a big heads-up play right there, Davis. He's able to come up and field that ball on the run there. If that ball hits the ground, it takes a bounce and goes quite a ways.
So Corbin takes it now offensively, leading 6-0 down to the 5-minute mark here of the first period. Corbin working off the right hash mark, and well, we do have hash marks this year, thanks to Eddie Pierce, this football game anyway. And we also have the newly repainted helmet out there. Pitch out goes to Mike Wyatt. He's hit right at the legs and dropped by Terry Snelling after no gain on that play. As a matter of fact, a loss of around a yard.
Not a lot of room there that time. Mike White tried a quick pitch to the right side here, and just no room there. Snelling really made a good play.
and loss of a couple of yards on that play. That's moving Corbin back to the 23-yard line. So 2nd down and 12 facing the Hounds. 4.5 to go, first period. Corbin has Travis Smith, number 48, once again in at fullback. Matt Phillips, the left halfback. Mike Wyatt, the right halfback. Full house backfield. Handoff to Wyatt around the left side. He's to the 25 and no more. Good pursuit that time by the Wildcats of Evarts. They're pumped up defensively, brings up 3rd and 9 for Corbin.
Well, Evarts has come in here with a little excitement, brought a few people along the way. They're pretty pleasing crowd here tonight.
Yes, it is. Great football weather, too. It's nice and dry, and the temperature expected to get down to about 60 degrees, and that's just good football playing weather. Jeff Root, number 3, is checked in. He swings wide out to the right side, the far side of the field. Jason Eastep is on the near side, which is the left side. I formation behind Mauser. He's back to pass. He's looking. He's got Mims wide open across the middle. Underthrew him at the 43-yard line.
Well, that time, Corbin's other receivers were pretty well covered, but Mims found himself open right in the middle of the field, but Jody never could really get his feet set to get anything on that ball right there. Had he been able to get his feet set, I think he would have completed that one to Mims.
So Mauser underthrowing Mims by a couple of yards, and the Hounds will punt it away with 3:40 to go in the opening period. Corbin on top by a score of 6-0. Jimmy Whitaker is back to receive. Also, number 21 is back there. That is Rusty Cundiff. Phillips to punt. Flag on the play. A booming punt to be taken by Whitaker at the 40. He's at the 45. Midfield dumped. Nice play by Byron Jones. Got him right at the ankles. Took him out. We'll check that flag, though.
Byron really starting to play pretty good football for Corbin. He started in there at the defensive end tonight, and he's played well on special teams all year.
And the preliminary signal.
You know, one thing about this secondary playing 3 deep, Dave, you got 3 really good athletes back there, and Jason Eastep, Mauser, and Jeff Root. Of course, we see Root coming out right now. And those kids can cover a lot of ground right back there. They're smart, and, you know, I really feel like the defense is pretty good because I feel like the help we needed was up front a little more.
Well, the penalty illegal procedure against Corbin is declined by Evarts. They've got the football with pretty good field position here at their own 45-yard line, working almost off the hump in the middle of the field. They're right out there at the newly repainted Red Hound football helmet. The officials get set. And we're ready to go. Well, the stacked eye now behind Browning. Now they're going to switch it up, though, and go with 2 in the backfield and wide out to the right side. Number 11, Jason Snelling. But the handoff goes to Terry Snelling up the middle. Nowhere to go for Terry. A couple of yards, about it. As he fell forward and put the ball out about 2 more, but they're going to bring it back to the 47-yard line.
Well, Chris Shackle was there to make the play. Just couldn't come away with a tackle that time. Chris looked like come on a little outside blitz and just ran by Snelling.
Evarts gave Corbin the old eye-bone look there that University of Kentucky is using this year, but they mixed it up at the last moment. 41, Jerome Estes, wide to the right. He has a word with the official over there. He's just about past the football. Now going wide out to the right side is Clifton Harp. He'll fill the slot over there as Browning's going to hand it off, though, once again to Snelling. Nowhere to go for Snelling. The Corbin defensive front there to snuff him out. That brings up 3rd and long now for Evarts.
Front's played pretty good in there, Dave, up to this point in the game. Romines and Travis Smith in on the play there. Also, Josh Pate. Makes it tough when you got these brothers that have played football. You know, Josh with a brother named Matt that's played. And of course, Jason Eastep had the brother Chad Eastep, who was a tremendous basketball player here. And had Chad played football, would have been a tremendous football player, too. He had a lot of character and a lot of guts. And he was naturally a good baseball player playing at University of Kentucky right now, I understand.
As Browning takes the snap, a pass play action over the middle is caught. Number 89, Chad Smock with the catch and the first down. He just hits his tight end right over the middle on the play action down to the 41-yard line of Corbin. 1st and 10 for Evarts from there.
That's a little hot pass to the left side right here, and really a good call by Evarts in that situation. And Jody came up and made the play, and I really can't fault the whole secondary there. That end came off a little too free. Need to try maybe hold him up just a little bit.
Yeah, I think he was basically untouched until he got the football. Well, Browning is underneath center. In behind him, Terry Snelling, Jason Snelling, and number 21, Harp. Pitch back to Harp, heading out to the right side. The coverage is there, and he is swatted down. Goes over the 42, the 38-yard line, though. Brings up second down now for Evarts.
Well, it should have been a cut block right there called on Chris Shackelford. Coach Adams complaining about it right now, and there's no doubt Shackelford came on a blitz, and he got cut. I can be critical on that one because I visibly saw it.
Well, you can be critical even if you don't see him if you want to.
Well, I probably will be later.
Wishbone lined up behind Browning. He's going to pitch it out to Whitaker to the right side. Whitaker with a hole of about 3 yards. He fills that hole and is close to first down yardage. It'll be third and short for Evarts. Shackelford in on the tackle. Chad Adams also in on the tackle. And a flag on the play. Thrown right in the pile. That could be a face mask. Yes, it is. So the face mask against Corbin, a big one. That'll move Evarts downfield.
Well, Dave, this game, a little bit of a replica of last year. It was a game that we went into, and everybody felt like we would go ahead and win the football game pretty easy. We got up a couple of touchdowns, but we kept they kept staying around. Evarts kept staying around, putting together a pretty good drive. And the next thing you know, Mr. Russell's in the end zone for a couple of times, and it's a ball game. And that's what this Corbin team needs to be able to learn to do. They need to be able to go ahead and be able to deliver that knockout punch. Because they have some really gifted athletes on this team. You take a kid like Mauser and Estep and of course Frankie Hilton, who's out now. There's not many high school kids that have the athletes of that caliber. Those kids are tremendous players. And then down inside they've got some good linemen too, and Jeff Atkins and Sean Russell.
Well, after the penalty, the ball all the way to the 18-yard line. Handoff goes again to Whitaker as he jumps over bodies for a couple of yards. Second down for Evarts. The Wildcats knocking on the door here after the face mask penalty against Corbin. Ball is on the 15-yard line. They're working off the right side of the field.
Mark Mims is going to come in now and replace Brent Willoughby.
So second down now for Evarts and 7 with only 10 seconds left to go in the first quarter of play. Full house backfield in there behind Brown. He takes the snap, and he's going to give it right up the middle to Snelling. Big fullback has nowhere to go. He's dropped back on the 15-yard line, and that will end the first quarter of play. When the second quarter gets underway, here to be third down and 7 facing the Evarts Wildcat. They've got the football, though, on the Corbin 15-yard line. Corbin leads at 6-9. This is Red Hound football on the sports leader, WCTT T107. Well, Corbin leads 6-0. Evarts football, they've got it third down and 7 at the Corbin 15-yard line. So far, Timmy Browning, pretty good passing quarterback, we understand, for Evarts. At least people say he is. He's a 6'4 senior, is 1 out of 2. The one pass that was incomplete was an interception picked off by Jody Mauser, which led to the first Corbin touchdown. Corbin has only had the football 2 times so far in the game. Evarts able to keep the ball, Burley, and eat some time up.
Well, they have, and again, like I said, Evarts, no slouch, 3-1. Again, they turned the program around. They've lost some kids up there that I didn't think they'd be able to come in here and play this well up to this point, but there's a lot of time here to go yet also.
Second quarter just underway. Evarts football, third down and 7 from the 15-yard line, and the Wildcats would like a timeout. So let's take a break here. Time it on the field. Corbin 6, Evarts nothing. This is Red Hound football on WCTT T107.
Hey, Sam. Hey, Sam.
Sam. Sam. Where's BJ?
Well, a timeout called by Evarts under brand new head coach Bill Cole this year, replaces Bill Music, and Bill Cole has his team off to a 3-1 start. Tell you all, while we got a little break here, let's go field side with Chuck Selvey. Chuck, your look at the football game so far.
Yeah, well, so far the defense looks pretty good, with the exception of this drive right here. Evarts apparently had got their rushing game going on, so 3rd and 6, big play for the Hounds right now, so big test for the Hounds.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Selvey, as 3rd down and a long 6 now facing the Wildcats of Evarts. Browning under center. He takes the snap, and he gives it off to Whitaker. Whitaker will not get the first down yardage, even though he does get down to the 10. That will leave him about 3 yards short.
Good play in there by a number of kids for Corbin.
88-42, 88-23.
So a 4th down now for Evarts. What will the Wildcats do here? In 4-down territory, if they got a good place kicker, they might want to try for the field goal. It would be about a 28-yarder, but they're not going to try that. They will go for it here on 4th and 3. Once again, they line up in that stacked eye, and Browning will sneak it. He's not going to get it this time. Corbin ready on that play. That worked on a 3rd down play before, but it didn't work here on this 4th down play. Corbin smelled it out, and Corbin will take over on downs.
We got a generous spot.
Oh, no kidding. No kidding.
Gee whiz.
That may be a first down. It's going to be close.
That is a generous spot, my friend. Well, you can hear the comments here in the press box.
Yeah, that wasn't anywhere close to where the spot is at, which is on the 8-yard line. And that's going to be, I think, it's going to be a little short maybe. Just barely, though. Well, after the spot, it was close to a first down by Evarts, but Corbin will get it. They are pinned in deep in their own territory, though, on the 8-yard line, and we'll see if the Hounds can bring it out of there.
Well, what's important for Corbin to do right now is try to get this thing coming downfield and get a little better field position.
Once again, Corbin without number 20, Chris Okuma. Had some great problems this week. With any luck, he'll be back next week and take on the Wayne County Cardinals. Also, Frankie Helton's out of the football game with a separated shoulder. And Pat McCown, of course, is gone for the year. Jason Eastep wide to the right, the far side of the field, as Mauser takes the snap, gives it right into the belly that time of number 42, Matt Phillips. And Phillips running over Wildcats up to the 15-yard line. A good gainer on that first down play.
Hey, Matt really running hard right there. Matt Phillips is running the way that he can run.
Well, you know, Matt picked it up a notch in the Glasgow game, Burley, especially in the second half. He was running all over Glasgow, but I don't know, Corbin stalled out once they got down near the end zone.
That offensive line doing a good job in there. Russell, Sargent, Reedy, Bowman.
2nd and about 2.5 for Corbin. Hand off to Phillips. He's got the hold to the 25, 30, and runs over a guy up to the 32-yard line. Tackle made by Whitaker for Evarts. Nice open field tackle that time by Whitaker. If he hadn't have got him, Matt Phillips would have been gone for the touchdown.
Also, Jeff Atkins in there on the front line tonight, pushing them out of the way. Another good burst for Matt Phillips.
So Corbin now more toward the middle of the field as the official is going to ask for a timeout here. Whitaker may be shaken up a bit on that tackle of Matt Phillips. Mims in tight on the right side. The other end, number 44, Shane Creekmore. Here's the snap to Mauser. Got it to Wyatt. Wyatt's already at the 40. He is shaking and baking up to the 45 and spins into a bunch of Wildcats at the 46-yard line. But another big hole for the Corbin runner, and it'll be a first down for the Hounds at the 47.
Well, offensively, the offensive line, Dave, again, I think is really pushing them off in there, and then Mike White and Matt Phillips are running hard.
Yeah, you know, you can make the holes, but if the backs don't get in them, Burley, you're still not going to get a whole lot accomplished, and the Corbin backs doing a good job of finding the holes that are made by the offensive line. Wishbone behind Mauser. He will spin and hand it off back there to Phillips. Kind of a misplay there, but Matt still Gets about 3-4 yards up to the midfield line before he goes down. Brings up 2nd down and 6 for Corbin. Time Mauser and Phillips kind of ran into each other on the handoff. And then Matt ran into the back of a player, but was still able to get 4 yards on that play. Creekmore in tight on the right side, Mims on the left side, the wishbone with Travis Smith at fullback, Wyatt and Phillips, the halfbacks behind Mauser. Mauser rolling out to the left side. He's going to gets a good block from Smith. He's at the 45, 40, 35. One guy to beat, down to the 25, down to the 20, and caught from behind and goes down at the 10-yard line. Well, I'm telling you that time, big number 63, Clark Rowe, who weighs in at 230 pounds, after a player slowed Mauser down, was able to catch Corbin's quarterback and bring him down.
Well, in a normal sprint, I think Jody goes ahead and wins it, but as you said, he had, but I'm telling you, that's still pretty impressive speed for that kid.
Oh, good block that time by Travis Smith.
Really was. Travis didn't make a nice block.
That freed Mauser up. Mauser now will hand it off to Phillips. He straight up the middle, crosses the 10 and falls to the 5. The Hounds knocking on the door here, leading already 6-0. And by the way, I think we neglected to tell you before the game, of course, if you're at home, it doesn't mean a whole lot to you, but for the people who are here, this is homecoming night at Corbin, and the people here will get to see a nice halftime homecoming festivity. E-step, wide to the right. Mims in tight on the left, the wishbone behind Mauser. Corbin right in the middle of the field from the 5-yard line. Handoff goes to Phillips. He's in. Touchdown for Matt Phillips and the Corbin Red Hounds.
Well, I'll tell you this, Matt Phillips really running impressive tonight, Dave. He is running possessed, and as I mentioned, he has the kind of body that can really go in there and punish people when they hit him, and I'm seeing the Matt Phillips that I expected to see.
Well, 2 touchdowns in the game for Matt Phillips. He got the first one on a 28-yard reception from Jody Mauser. He missed on the extra point. That was after Corbin had to take a penalty. And this time the Hounds will line it up and go for 2 and try to get back the point that they missed on that extra point. Mauser takes the snap. He's looking to pass into the end zone. He's got Mims, threw it to him, and Mark could not get the football. Made a great effort. A great effort, but a couple of Evarts players there to get enough hand on it to knock it away. And Corbin comes up dry, but still leads by a score of 12-0 over Evarts. We'll be back for the kickoff after this. This is Red Hound football on WCTT and T107.
Coach Adams is very upset with somebody.
What?
He's upset with somebody.
Is he?
I believe it's Jody.
I'm getting sore throat, man. Do you care?
I believe he called the wrong play.
Okay. Well, from the control room, one score in already. Bell County is leading Middlesboro by a score of 22-0 in the first half of that football game. So the Bobcats having no trouble with, well, it used to barely be their arch rival, the Middlesboro Jackets, but Middlesboro's been on a couple of lean years here lately, and Bell County's put a pretty good thumping on them.
Well, they have.
Matt Phillips will kick off for Corbin, back to receive for the Wildcats of Evarts, the same trio that's been back there. Number 11, Jason Snelling, number 42, Whitaker, and number 24, Cundiff. Another short kick this time. It'll drop on the 36-yard line. Players all over the football. I think an Evarts player touched it. Of course, that makes it a free ball after that.
After it goes 10 yards, it's anybody's ball. That's either Byron Jones or Greg White, one of them hustling down there to get on the football, and whichever one made the play, the other one came diving in to try to get that thing. So we nearly came up with a big break right there is almost get the kick.
Well, Evarts does retain possession, though. They will have it at the 38-yard line, 1st and 10 from there. The Wildcats in a hole here in the first half with 8:30 left to go in the first half of play. Evarts trails Corbin by a score of 12-0. Same set in there behind Browning, the wishbone. Sometimes they go out of the power eye. He's rolling out to the right side. He's got his man Whitaker at the 40, to the 42, 43 on the outside, and down there at the 44-yard line.
Well, if Evarts is going to attack this defense, what they'll try to do, Dave, is what they did just there. So they'll try to get some short passes out here where they can isolate one-on-one with the linebackers, or they'll try to get the tight end to slide out here in the flat. They'll try to attack this thing with the short passing game, I believe.
So second down now and 4 for Evarts. They're on the 44-yard line after the pass completion. The ends stay in tight behind the quarterback. It'll be the wishbone this time, the power eye. The last time Browning bobbles the snap and does the smart thing. He just falls on it, loses a yard on the play, but if he had tried to do something with that football, he could have given it up. It's all smart play there by the senior quarterback to fall on that and lose a yard. Brings up third down for Evarts.
Now, Browning, is he the quarterback that they had last year, Dave?
No, I don't think so. But he is about the only senior on the offensive side of the ball that gets anything done for Evarts. It's junior, sophomore in there behind him. Whitaker, number 42, is only a sophomore. Good-looking player. Well, the power eye right set this time for Evarts. It goes to Whitaker on the back of that power eye, and he is close to first down yardage at the 49. Jason Eastep finally there to stop him, along with Chris Shackelford. And we'll see where the spot goes from here. It's going to be very close. Well, they say it is enough for the first down. They're not even going to bring the chains out and measure this one. So first and 10 for Evarts from their own 49-yard line.
Been a fairly decent officiated game up to this point. I think chop block there I got a little upset with, but I've been known to do that.
You know, you hate to see those officials missing those calls, Burley, and not much you can do about it, but you hate to see them missing them. Once again, a good crowd on hand for the football game here. A good Corbin crowd hoping to see their team get the victory and move to at least 2-3 on the year. And Evarts has brought quite a few people down here. That's a long trip. Splitting out to the left side, number 89, Chad Smock. Also out to the left side, number 24, Clifton Harp. The eye lined up in there behind the quarterback, Browning, and he's going to give it off to Snelling. Crosses the 50 to the 49 and snuffed out there after a gain of only a couple.
Nice hit in there, looked like by Josh Pate and also Chris Shackelford.
But Evarts moves the football inside Corbin territory. Evarts hasn't really been all that close to the end zone. They were at the 15-yard line there at one time. That was after a face mask penalty, but they have been able to pick up some first downs and control this football a lot here in the first half. We're at the 6-minute mark of the half right now. Corbin on top 12-0. The wishbone behind Browning. He'll give it off to the fullback Snelling, or no, to the left halfback over there, Jason Snelling. We have Jason Snelling and Terry Snelling. Looks like a gain of a couple, 3 yards.
Looks like big Sean Russell in playing defense now. First time we've seen him in there tonight.
Well, it was a good fake that time by the fullback, Terry Snelling. He took that football and just dove into the Corbin line, and he fooled me and some of the Corbin players that time. When in reality, number 11 actually had the football running to the left with it. So it'll bring up now third down for Evarts. And a long 4 yards. Pitch out to Whitaker, looking for a block on the left side. Doesn't get it, but he gets by Jody Mauser, but then he's hammered out of bounds. At the 44, Root there to get the body on him and smack him out of bounds. Jody Mauser almost had the tackle a couple of yards back, but a good move by Whitaker got him by Mauser. Brings up fourth down and a couple now for Evarts.
Well, it'll be interesting here to see if Evarts goes ahead and punts the football.
Yeah, that's one of those situations, Burley, where you kind of expect the old fake punt.
All right, Dave.
Fourth and a couple.
Let's play a little football in the holler, maybe. They're not punting at all, but we don't know it yet.
That's right. And and now the Corbin players are running up. Handoff is going to go to Whitaker. He is close to the first down. It will depend on the spot. Whitaker around the left side, very close to a first down for the Evarts Wildcats.
He got it, no doubt.
I think he did, yeah. Well, Corbin thought the punt was coming that time, but Evarts never did line up in punt formation.
Oh, we got a little penalty here.
Another face mask. Whoa. That's the second face mask of the football game against Corbin. That'll be big yardage here for the Evarts Wildcats.
Listening to Phil Russell here in the box, and he's got the binoculars on him. I said, yep, he did.
Well, we feel that Philip is basically an honest person, so we'll take his word for it. Like I say, he's got binoculars and we don't. But it is a face mask against Corbin. That will move the football to the 25-yard line from the 40 to the 25. I think Evarts had enough there for the first down anyway. So the Wildcats back up on the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 from the 25. Just to the left side of the hump. That's where the football lays at. Evarts lines up always in that stacked eye, and then they break out of that either into the wishbone or the power eye. Handoff, well, the fake handoff, then Browning looking to pass over the middle and overthrows his man, Chad Smock, by a couple of feet. Incomplete, brings up 2nd down.
I don't quite understand where he was throwing that one, Dave, because there was no receiver in the area there, only 3 Corbin defensive backs, and he kind of just lofted it right in the middle of those guys.
So 2nd down now, and 10 from the 25 for Evarts with 4:40 left to go here in the first half. They're trailing the Red Hounds by a score of 12-0. Once again, working just off the left side of the hill. Browning takes a snap. He has both Snellings and Whitaker behind him. He's going to keep it this time, rolling out to the right side, and nowhere to go. Gain of a yard. Good pursuit that time. Chris Shackelford, Jason Eastep, Chad Adams all over there. Jody Mauser in the area. And Browning goes down after a gain of a yard, brings up 3rd.
You see these 3, 4 little boys down here on this front row?
Yeah, I do.
Well, one of them's fixing to get in trouble. You know how I know that?
He's yours.
That's right.
He's fixing to fall over that block wall there. Yeah, chip off the old block, Eddie Burrows.
I would have been sitting down doing nothing in the game.
We got our usual game going on in the end zone down there. Well, 3rd down and 8 now against the Evarts Wildcats from the right side this time. Ball's on the 28-yard line. Browning's looking to pass. He's got pursuit, rolls it out to the left side. He's going to keep it now. He's going to throw it. It will be knocked down, almost intercepted that time by Byron Jones, but the pass is incomplete.
Why did he throw the football?
He had room to run over there. I would have kept that one.
He had 15, 20 yards to run with right there. Really, the only thing would have kept him from picking up a first down if he would have just fallen.
Well, it's 4th down now against the Wildcats with time counting down here in the first half. Once again, it will be a relatively long halftime. We have the homecoming festivities. We'll be updating you on games going on around Southeast Kentucky and any scores that we can get. Also, we have the Southeastern Conference scheduled for this weekend. Kentucky, of course, hosting South Carolina. You can join that game on WCTT T107. Airtime is 10:40 in the morning. The kickoff at 12:40. Wishbone behind Browning. He will fake the handoff to the first 2, then pitches it back to Whitaker. Whitaker to the 20, to the 18-yard line. And that'll give the football over to Corbin. Not enough for the first down for Evarts, so the Red Hounds will take over on downs.
Good defensive stand that time by Corbin. Face mask penalty put Evarts down there cooking, but Corbin turned them away.
Yeah, it's 1st down, Red Hounds.
Once again, this is the final pre-district game for Corbin. District competition starts next Friday night here at Campbell Field. It's also the annual Hall of Fame weekend. The 1962 football team will be inducted into the Hall of Fame along with some Corbin players and also some honorary inductees. Scott Hart up the middle for Corbin, crosses the 20 to the 22-yard line. Pretty nice gainer on the play, gain of around 5 yards.
Scott's small in there, and he's hard to pick out. He really is, but I really like it. He's not only a good football player, he's a very entertaining young kid.
Well, it's like you say, too, you know, his balance is outstanding. He can pop off those players and keep right on going. I formation behind Mauser. It is Hart and Matt Phillips. Wide to the right side is Root. Mauser's back to pass. He's looking. He's throwing long for Eastep. He might have him at the 50. He's got him at the 45, down to 40, and slides to... Well, the spot will be right on the 40-yard line. Oh, a perfect pass play that time from Jody Mauser to Jason Eastep. He just laid it out there, and all Jason had to do was run and reach out and grab it.
Well, we've seen that combination there a number of times this year, and that time that ball looked like it was going to get away from Jason, but he just seemed to kind of explode there right at the last and get up there and catch up with it.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it might be a little long too, Burley, but
I probably wouldn't have got there, Dave.
No, you and Bill Sloan would have never made it. Mauser back to pass again. He's looking again, throwing long for Eastep again. He's letting it fly toward the end zone. Incomplete. Jason actually had it at the 2-yard line, but couldn't hang on to the football and goes down there. That brings up 2nd down and 10 for Corbin with 2:46 to go in the first half. The Hounds on top here 12-0, airing it out as the first half comes to a close.
Jason did a good job there adjusting back to the football. Nearly came up with a good catch. One similar to what we saw over there at Glasgow last week. One comment I want to make here, too, about the offensive line, giving Jody a lot of time to throw the football.
Yes, indeed, and that means a lot. Jeff Root still in. Split out to the right side, the far side of the field. To the left side is Jason Eastep. I formation behind Mauser. He's back to pass again. He's looking, pumps the fake. He's got pressure. He's going to let it fly. He's hit as he lets it go, but Mims is there to knock it down. And then picked up by Howard at the 20. He was heading the wrong way to the football there for a moment, but they tackled him, thank goodness.
Hey,
what a play.
I'm glad Jeff got tackled because it looked like he might be headed back this way with it.
I think he's headed. That's kind of natural, I guess, when a ball's batted that way to try to go the other way with it, especially when you play defensive back like Root.
Well, let me tell you this. Alan Page did that for the Minnesota Vikings, so, it happens.
Well, we'll never know, and I don't know if Jeff would ever own up to it.
I'm going to ask him.
He made a great play on that. Handoff to Phillips, big hole. He's at the 10. He is down to the 7-yard line. Met by Browning, one of the defensive backs.
Hey, there's holes in there tonight, Dave, and I'm not kidding you. Dudley and Slombo could get to them.
That's saying a lot. Well, Mark Mims touched the football. He went high for it after as a wounded duck. Mauser got hit just as he let the football go, and Mims got a hand on it. Root was standing about 2 or 3 yards away from him, picked it up, and turns into a big completion for Corbin. Mauser on the keep this time. Big hole for Jody. Touchdown for Jody Mauser and the Corbin Redhounds. So 2:08 to go in the first half. Corbin tacks 6 more on the boards to lead 18-0.
Looks like they're going to take a timeout now.
We'll just keep it here during the timeout and check downfield with Chuck Selvey. Chuck, that's quite a play.
Yeah, the Jeff Root just seemed to be in the right place at the right time, and like you said earlier, with the comment that Dudley and Sloan could even get through there, the Corbin Redhound offensive line is really just knocking the defensive line of Evarts off the ball, and of course Mace Eastep come up with some big plays, and he's pretty much the big play man. So Corbin scored with, I guess, a little bit over a minute. So maybe the Hounds can pretty much cruise. Well, I won't say cruise, but just relax, I guess, at halftime, and take it a little bit easier in the second half. Who knows?
Yeah, don't jinx us now, Chuck. You say cruise, and Everett's come out and get about 4 straight touchdowns.
Yeah, I tell you what, knowing Corbin's luck, you take a team like Evarts, a team from Harlan County, some of the loyal boys, don't know luck, they'll come back and lose it by 1 or something. Corbin's had some bad luck here first of the year. So at halftime, come back down, and I'll have the halftime stats for you, Dave.
Okay, thank you very much, Chuck Selvey, walking the sidelines for us. Chuck's an entertaining talker. Those Laurel boys.
Yeah.
But
Chuck says they got it going on. I like it.
That's right. Corbin will try for 2, and it's caught by Mims in the end zone. The strike from Jody Mauser. Corbin tacks on the 2, and the Hounds lead 20-0 with 2:08 to go in the first half. We'll be back. Corbin will kick it away to Evarts after this. This is Red Hound football on WCTT T107.
Look him off. Hey, you got a cheese?
Saturday night at 12 a.m. for all class members. Welcome to homecoming, class of 1977.
Well, 2 minutes, 8 seconds to go until halftime. Corbin with this game in control, leading Evarts by a score of 20-0. Corbin scored at 8:35 to go in the first period. Matt Phillips, 28-yard touchdown pass from Jody Mauser. Extra point attempt, no good. At 8:34 in the second, Matt Phillips, a 5-yard run for the touchdown. 2-point conversion attempt failed. And then at 2:08 to go in the second, Jody Mauser, 8-yard run. And Mauser to Mims for 2, and Corbin leads here by a score of 20-0. Phillips will kick it away. He's been kicking the football very short. Gets a great foot to that one, though. It's going to drive Whitaker all the way back to the 15. Brings it out to the 20. He's got blockers at the 25 and cuts it outside and is drugged down for a drag down at the 26-yard line after trying to cut it outside.
Shane Romine's doing a good job hustling down on the kickoff team that time. Shane, a defensive tackle, but really pretty good quickness for a big kid.
So Whitaker trying to get out left, but he couldn't make it there. And I said one of my favorite words there, drug down. Eddie Pierce said he's going to learn me not to say that because he kept thinking he was like watching Wild Kingdom where they would drug those elephants, you know, with a dart gun. So he didn't really get drugged. He just got caught, okay? Browning set to take the snap. Wishbone lined up behind him, working off the left hash. Handoff goes to the fullback, Snelling up the middle, and he's across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Gain of 3 or 4 yards on the play. Brings up second down for Evarts. And their hurry-up offense now wide to the right. Number 11, Jason Snelling, and number 41, Jerome Estes. Browning to pass. He's got Estes over the middle. Caught at the 40. Spins to the 45. Chad Adams waits on him at the 46-yard line and takes him down. But it is enough for a first down. So Evarts stays alive here with 1:19 to go in the half.
Dave, should Evarts not get some points here early in the second half, I think Corbin's going to go on to win this football game big.
2 out to the left side. That's Smock and Snelling. And tied on the right side, Jerome Estes. Split backfield behind Browning. Browning drops back to the 40, pumps the fake, then looks. He's got time. He throws long. It's caught by Snelling. No, picked off and knocked out of bounds by Jody Mauser. Almost picked off, but knocked out of bounds by Jody Mauser. As that time, number 11, Jason Snelling, just waiting on the football, and I thought he was going to catch that one because Mauser got in late on that play.
That ball just hung up there too long, Dave, and gave Jody too much time to react on it.
Yeah, a little sharper pass, and that would have been a big completion for Browning.
John David Myers checks into the game.
So with 1:08 to go in the first half, Evarts facing 2nd and 10 from their 47-yard line. Browning, the 6'4" quarterback, takes a snap and staggering in on him as a Corbin player. Then he delivers a strike to Estes at the 42 of Corbin.
Well, John David Myers, Dave, just came in a game and really almost looked untouched as he bolted into the backfield, but as you mentioned, was able to get the ball away.
Well, we're going to call an official's timeout for the measurement. Very close to a first down for the Evarts Wildcats. They got hope here with 59 seconds to go in the half. Knocking on the door. Kind of knocking on the door back at the 42-yard line.
I think that door will get closed.
He got it. No, he didn't. No, inch. 2 inches.
Well, you can probably hear Phil Russell behind us. He's got the binoculars, and he says it's going to be short by about 2 inches. So 3rd and a couple of inches now for Evarts, which basically gives them 2 downs here to try and do something. You can go for it all on this 3rd down play if you want to. Corbin will have to look out for that. Good Corbin crowd, Burley. The last couple of years, the weather's been really good for home football games at Corbin, so the old football coffers ought to be getting pretty full. Of course, you have to spend a lot. Big gates, man, big gates.
Oh, okay.
You know, he went through one year, 3 years ago, when it rained every single game, and it was hard to get a good crowd out to the football game because of so much rain. And it just didn't rain. It poured almost every home football game 3 years ago. As Browning will give it to Snelling, and Snelling's to the 40-yard line. That is enough for the first down for Evarts. Clock counts down to 50 and stops there. Timeout called for by the Wildcats. So let's take a break. 50 seconds to go in the half. Corbin leads 20-0, but Evarts has it 1st and 10 from the Corbin 40-yard line. We'll be back. This is Red Hound Football on WCTT T107.
Senior. Got 44 sophomore. John David sophomore. Roman
Well, 50 seconds left to go in the first half of the game. Evarts from the right side of the field has it 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Corbin trying to get things set defensively. Once again, a new defensive look for Corbin. 6 down linemen rather than the usual 5, even though Corbin has been a basic 50 team for many, many years. Going with the 6-2.
As long as I can remember.
And the defense has looked good. It's been pretty impressive here in the football game. Browning takes the snap. He's looking to throw to someone. He's looking, has to get rid of the football as Brent Willoughby was right in on him. He dumped it off to Whitaker, but incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 now for Evarts. 45 seconds to go in the half.
Trying to set up a little screen out to the left side there, but Corbin played it very nicely.
Evarts in here with a 3-1 record. They defeated Jenkins, Harlan, and Lincamp. They lost big to Pulaski County. Of course, Pulaski County, a 4A team and a good 4A team. Surprisingly, they've not been going at football too long at Pulaski County, have they?
They beat Evarts this year?
Yeah, bad.
Did they really?
47 to 20-something, I think. Browning takes the snap. He's looking to throw over the middle, and it's caught by Jason Snelling. Good catch by the little guy down at the 30. Keeps this drive alive. Corbin player got a hand on it. It was kind of behind number 11, but he was able to reach back and get it. So it brings up 3rd and short for Evarts, right on the 31-yard line. Browning wants to pass again. He's getting pressure under there, and he is going down.
Shane
big number 74, that's who it is. Shane Romine's in there for Corbin.
Shane is a kid that's really starting to mature now as a football player, and he really has a good body on him for football and good quickness, and he's getting better and better and better.
So after the sack, the football all the way back to the 40, and timeout called for by Evarts with only 15 seconds to go in the half. We'll just keep it here for this timeout. We'll be taking our halftime break coming up here shortly. Just a great night for high school football. Last Friday night was a mess. Lightning, thunder. You don't like that lightning too much, do you, brother?
No, I don't.
You know, I believe that. Did you watch Tennessee and Florida Saturday? Watch any of that football game? I think that was the same cloud that came over that football game that we had at Glasgow.
And you think it just got down there late that next day?
I think it just traveled down there because that looked like the same identical type of rainstorm that we had at Glasgow on Friday night. So for the fans who saw that and who weren't at the Glasgow game know what it looked like. Browning dropping back to pass. Pump fakes once, lets her go deep. He might have his man Snelling. No, picked off by Eastel. He brings it to the 20, 25, 30. Cuts it back to the 40. He's looking for running room. He's hit and brought down at the 43-yard line. Number 55 of Evarts in there to make the good play that time. That's Brad Baird. Baird could be shaken up just a little bit on the play, and that will end the first half. The final play of the half, and Corbin on top here of Evarts by a score of 20-0. Once again, it will be a kind of a long halftime because it's homecoming here at Corbin High School. Well, maybe the half is not over. The officials. I don't see a flag, Billy, do you? I guess they picked it up already.
And time down.
Well, the Evarts team starting to lead the field, so that's going to end the half, I guess. It's against Corbin, declined by Evarts, so that's going to wrap up the first half of play. Stay with us during halftime. We'll recap the first half for you, look at some of the other games in high school football in the area, and also maybe try to update you on some scores if we have any in yet. And we'll look at the Southeastern Conference schedule for tomorrow. It's all happening right here at halftime, plus the first half stats for you on the sports leader, WCTT T107. All right. Oh, okay. Okay. So, Bill Kazan, when you got? Wednesday, I think. Wednesday. I've been sick all week. I've got a cold. Okay, when do you get some, Frank? Yeah, I don't know. It's maybe just allergy and sinus problems, though. I can't ever tell if I've got a cold or if it's allergies. Hits me about the same way. Makes these 3-minute breaks, Frank, by the way, because this is going to be a long halftime. I'm going to radio. About the 7.
You probably
right in the middle.
I said the 6 or the 8, so.
The
Thanks.
clock says the 7 anyway. Browning takes the snap, gives it off to Jason Snelling, his right halfback, and he's moving down toward the 5-yard line. Not nearly enough for the first down. Has to make the 2 to get there, so that brings up 4th down. And a long 2 yards. It's hard to tell from up here, maybe even 3 for Evarts to get the first down. They can get a first down at the 2-yard line.
They'll have to throw it to get it in.
Well, Corbin with that 6-2 defense going out of the old 50 that the Red Hounds have played for so many years. A lot of people coming up to the line of scrimmage this time as Browning takes the snap, gives it to Snelling, and well, Snelling had that football, but he didn't. That was number 42, Whitaker, on that carry.
They can pick up a first down, can't they?
Number 46, Brent Willoughby. Number 10 is...
It's going to be close.
We have an official timeout for a...
Well, Jimmy Whitaker taking that football out to the right side.
I say they got it. What do you say?
I think they're pretty close. They might get it.
Oh, come on now, Dave. Did he get it or not?
Well, if we're going to have to say, I'd say he's got it.
Okay, that's what I said. I was hoping you would disagree so we can have an argument.
Well, the big fullback, Terry Snelling, quarterback fakes the handoff to him, and he doesn't really, I'm not saying he does a great job of faking, but he dives into the Corbin line, and they got the first down for Evarts, and the goal from the 2.5-yard line, but he dives into that line, takes down 2 or 3 Corbin players with him every time.
Big, strong kid, really. Evarts, you know, with some good-looking athletes. They've got some young kids playing, but really, well, with a lot of pretty good-looking athletes out there. Especially Browning, the quarterback. I understand after listening to you and John Crawford talk that he does play basketball and a pretty good basketball player.
Evarts with pretty good sports program at Evarts. They've usually got a pretty decent basketball team and
correct me if
pretty
I'm
decent
wrong,
football team.
Coach Billy Hicks from Evarts, right?
Yes, he is. Well, Evarts going to call the timeout. They're knocking on the door here. First and goal from the 2.5-yard line. We'll be back at Campbell Field in Corbin. It's 26-0 Corbin on top. This is Red Hound football on WCTT and T107.
Your Corbin varsity class supports all athletic programs at Corbin High School. Tonight will be an excellent opportunity for you to join the varsity club. Contact your varsity club member and join the varsity club tonight.
Well, Evarts in position maybe to get some points on the board here, picking up a big first down. Jimmy Whitaker, their sophomore halfback, 6 foot, 180-pound sophomore. Pretty good-looking football player for the Wildcats of Evarts, getting the first down yardage. So now it's first down and goal for Evarts. The clock says 2-yard line. The ball laying somewhere between the 2 and the 3-yard line. Working right off the right hash marks. Corbin sets it defensively. In the backfield, number 24, Clifton Harp. Also Terry Snelling and Whitaker back there. Handoff is going to go to Whitaker. Takes it to the 1-yard line, bringing up second down for Evarts.
That should be the last play of this quarter, Dave.
Yeah, I think so. We're down to about 6 seconds left to go in the quarter, and that will do it for the third quarter of play. Quarter number 4, the fourth and final quarter is on the way here at Campbell Field. It's Corbin 26, Evarts nothing. We'll be right back. This is Red Hound Football on WCTT T107.
What's Corbin?
Boo-hoo-hoo. Oh, no.
He's leaving early.
I'll give him time to get to the car. We'll give him time to get to the car and say it on here.
What's that?
He left early.
Well, it's 26-0. Corbin on top of the Wildcats of Evarts with one more quarter of football action left to go. Evarts in position maybe to get the football in. They've got it second down with the ball on the 1-yard line.
Well, as we mentioned, Dave, if Evarts wanted to get back in the football game, they had to take it down and try to score right at the time we said it, and that's exactly what they've done. They've marched it right down the field, and although this has been a pretty good game of Corbin Red Hound football, I think they've got to be disappointed with this particular series.
Well, you know, throughout the game, Evarts has been able to they've been able to control the football for pretty big blocks of time. They haven't been much of a threat to score up to this point right here, but Evarts has been able to take some time off the clock with the football. And at halftime, you heard Chuck Selvey right after halftime ask Cotton Adams he liked the defense, and he said no. So
he didn't exaggerate on it either, did he, Dr. Selvey?
Didn't beat around the bush at all. But and I think that's why, because the fact that Evarts has been able to control the football for a lot of this game, big chunks of it at a time, and run a lot of time off the clock. Evarts on second down, handoff to Whitaker. He is in for the touchdown. Well, Evarts will not go home dry. I don't know if they could come back and win this thing with only a quarter left to go, but they definitely got some points on the board and trail here 26-6, just underway in the fourth period.
Well, again, it was an impressive drive by them, and Corbin, has to be concerned about that particular drive on defense because they didn't make the plays when they need to. Offensively, it'll be interesting to see now if we come back with Mauser or Lance White. I see Lance taking some snaps, so I do think we'll see Lance sometime before the night's over, and I hope so. He's a senior, and he's waited his turn to play, and it's good to see him get in there and play some.
The Wildcats will go for 2. Browning rolling to the right, looking. He's got Whitaker in the end zone. Complete. So with 11:56 to go in the game, it's 26-8. Corbin on top of Evarts. We'll be back. Evarts will kick it off to Corbin when we return. This is Red Hound Football on WCTT and T107. Well, Evarts finally getting some points on the board, but they're still in a lot of trouble here, trailing 26-8 with 11 minutes, 56 seconds left to go in the football game. Dave King and Burley Foley in the booth. Chuck Selvey is on the sidelines. Bill Sloan and Tim Dudley on the stat sheets as we work this football game for you here between Corbin and the Wildcats of Evarts. We'll be right back here next Friday night. Same time, same station. It's Hall of Fame weekend. And Corbin will take on Wayne County. Wayne County so far this year 0-4. Not a strong Wayne County team, in all honesty, Burley.
No, they're really struggling over there, and that should be a very, very winnable game for Corbin, and will be. And I hate to predict that, but I think so. I just don't think they'll be able to play with us.
Well, it's good to have winnable games at your Hall of Fame weekend anyway.
Well, it is, but I'll tell you this, in high school sports nowadays, too, any game is winnable, but you got to play them all to win. You can't just go out. People are not going to lay down for you.
Well, Evarts will kick it off. They'll be kicking away for only the second time here in the football game. They kicked it away to start the second half. As Whitaker approaches the ball, gets the foot to it, a line drive kick, and Mark Mills going to have to pick it up at the 30, moves up toward the 35, and then back to the 30, and then down on the 30-yard line. Mark just never could get to cut it upfield because the Evarts defenders were coming at him from all directions, but Corbin starts 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
Well, if he could have ever got to where he could have squared his shoulders up, I really think he would have been able to turn that into a nice run, but Mark unable to turn it up and square up.
Just never could get turned upfield. Corbin will work from the right side of the field, just toward the right side, between the hump and the hash marks. Jason Eastel moving out to the left side. Mims is in there. He's in tight on the right side. Travis Smith, Matt Phillips, Mike Wyatt in behind Mauser. Wyatt has the handoff, bounces off of people, and cuts it out to the left side. He's at the 35, down at the 35-yard line. Was almost able to reverse that back under the tackler and pick up some more yardage. What's that game you play where you try to go into the broom handle or something?
Oh, I know that. Limbo?
Yeah, limbo. Yeah, it looked like he was playing that game because he almost bent himself back under the tackler for Evarts, which was Browning. And had he been able to do that, he could have had some pretty good running room.
Limbo.
Be like me, brother. You wouldn't be worth much in limbo. Matt Phillips getting running room out to the right side. 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Knocked out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
Well, Matt Phillips wasn't trying to do no limbo then. He turned it upfield, squared his shoulders, and got on with the program. That's a nice run by Matt Phillips. And I really, to this point, you have to consider him for star of the game because he has really had some nice runs. Along with the complete offensive line has done a good job tonight. Yeah, I would think so. Matt, a good run on that play. Takes it all the way down to the 35-yard line of Evarts. And the Hounds may be knocking on the door for more here with 10:45 left to go in the football game. This time the I lined up behind Mauser. It's Hart and Wyatt. Hand off to Hart. The little guy's down to the 30, on down to the 29-yard line. Well, just that quick give to Scott Hart. That play has been tried a couple of times. Didn't work much the first time, but a pretty good gainer on that one. Second down for Corbin, and 5. The Red Hounds wearing the red tonight, by the way. Need to get the 25-yard line for the first. Travis Smith, Matt Phillips lined up behind Mauser, throws it out in the flat to Eastep. He's down to the 25, down to the 20, brought down at the 18-yard line. That's a play, Burley, that's been very successful for Corbin all season long. Well, it's what they call just a hitch play where they throw it out there to Jason and he tries to go one-on-one and beat the defender, and that's what he did there. He was able to just get out there in the left flat and beat him one-on-one for a first down. Well, Burley, Mr. Basketball John Crawford, assuming this game well in hand, has left Campbell Field. He's one of those guys that we all talk about for leaving early. So let's talk about it. He left early. Travis Smith on the handoff. 15, 14-yard line. Travis, his fourth carry. He's got a touchdown here in the game. He's got pretty good yardage every time he's touched the ball. He really has. He's been impressive back there, John, with one of his little ones, maybe a little rowdy there and having to go That's home. Probably it, yeah. Or he was just too lazy to sit through the fourth quarter. Just kidding, John. Well, he's got to rest up and hopefully go check out the Cats as they beat South Carolina tomorrow.
Trying to get his arm attached back to his shoulder.
That'd be a two-game winning streak for Kentucky. That'd be pretty amazing. Mauser with a wishbone lined up behind him, gives it off to Hart on the misdirection play, and Hart's moving the football down to the 12-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down for Corbin. Still lacking about 4.
We get one here, this thing is really, it's probably over now, but I think if we get one right here, this will ice it.
Clock down to 9 minutes to go in the football game. The Hounds are on top 26-8. Well, every game this year, with the exception of Kaywood, has went right down to the wire. It's kind of nice to sit here in the booth and not be so uptight. Jeff Root is checked in. He goes wide out to the right side. He stepped to the left side. Mauser's looking for Root. He's going to throw it to him, and it's incomplete at the goal line. That brings up 4th down for Corbin, and Cotton Adams calls the TO. So let's break with 8.5 left to go in the football game. Corbin timeout. This is Red Hound football on WCTT T107. Well, Corbin looking for their 2nd win of the year and in pretty good shape to get it. This drive is not in such good shape. Corbin has faltered here. They got 4th down and a long 5 yards to get the 1st down. The ball is right in the middle of the field at about the 11-yard line. Corbin needs to make the about the 6.5. It's between the 6 and the 7 to get the 1st down yardage. Most of the crowd still hanging around here. A good Corbin crowd and a decent Evarts crowd. It's a good night for high school football. Clear, and the temperature expected to stay right around 60 degrees tonight. Good high school football weather. And here's the pitch out on the right side to Wyatt. He gets a block. He is going to take it in for the touchdown.
That was the old quick pitch play. David, they just pitched it out there, and Mike White outran everybody. Nice play, and good to see Mike get in there for a touchdown.
So with 8:29 to go in the football game, Corbin adds on 6 more to make it 32-8. Mike Wyatt on the quick pitch takes it 11 yards for the touchdown. And Corbin will try for the extra point, looks like, as Matt Phillips is lacing on the kicking shoe. Yeah, Matt, like you, Bert, if it wasn't over, that probably made it an over issue after that touchdown by Wyatt.
I think so. You know, again, Corbin just seems to be the more dominant team here tonight. Well, we get another penalty there. You know, the easiest thing to do is sit back and second guess, but boy, we definitely got to get that shoe on quicker.
I agree. That is a problem that's going to have to be addressed.
It don't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. We've got to get the shoe on quicker somehow.
So Matt Phillips will have to kick at the 15-yard line. That will make it a 25-yarder to get the hit. It looks good.
It's in there.
And
all right.
It is. Right through the middle of the uprights that time. Good height, good distance. So Corbin leads 33-8 with 8:29 to go in the 4th period. The Hounds will kick it away to Evarts when we come back. This is Red Hound football on the sports leader, WCTT T107.
Y'all get in trouble for saying that.
Huh?
Y'all get in trouble for saying that. It's true.
It is true. It's our job, man, to be truthful. It's our job. That's what we're up here for.
That's right.
Taking off the Red Hound, number 42, Matt Phillips. Back deep to receive the kickoff for the Evarts Wildcats. Number 42, Jimmy Whitaker.
Well, don't forget, University of Kentucky football action comes your way tomorrow. It's an early sign-on for the game, 10:40 airtime. The kickoff is set for 12:40 as Kentucky will host South Carolina, what's being called a dangerous 0-3 South Carolina football team. The Gamecocks have lost 7 straight games dating back to last year. Kick by Phillips. Will be taken by Cundiff at the 15, moves to the middle of the field to the 25, cuts it out to the right side on up to the 30-yard line. A lot of Red Hound players there as a flag flies, and that could be another face mask.
I think so. Looked like Jason Curry, Wesley Moore, and Greg White hustling down for Corbin.
Really don't see what else it could be on that play.
Greg, only a sophomore, Jason a junior, and Wesley a senior. I think it's going to be a face mask. Could be a clip.
One of the officials comes over to explain things to Corbin coach Cotton Adams, and I think it was another face mask.
Well, that's 4.
Is this a record or what? I can't recall a game where one team had 4 face mask penalties.
Number 58, Jerry Harper, going into the game.
The Hounds not arguing. Cotton Adams not arguing, so obviously the calls, at least the way they look at it, are accurate.
You're not as likely to argue when you're ahead 33-8.
No, that's true. If it's a close game, I'm sure that I could find some room to argue there. 33-8, Corbin leads with 8 minutes left to go in the football game. Browning turns and gives it off to Harp. Harp moves it up to the 50-yard line, bringing up second down for the Wildcats. A lot of the Red Hound fans heading for the exit now, Burley.
Well, you know, again, it's a game. It's homecoming. It's been a long game, and Corbin with the game in hand right now. I understand that.
So the ball at midfield, second down for Evarts. Browning staying in at quarterback. The wishbone in behind him. He gives it to Snelling. Big hole for Terry Snelling. He's at the 40, down to the 34-yard line, just straight up the middle that time, and good yardage that time for Terry Snelling. First down, and of course a lot more for Evarts on that play. So the Wildcats want some more points here. They've got 8 for the game, trailing 33-8.
Well, that time they just went right at the middle of us and quite successfully.
Clock continues to count down. First and 10 for the Wildcats from the 34-yard line. They're right out in the middle of the field with the football. Browning set to take the snap, and does. Fakes the handoff, rolls to the right, looking to pass, looking to pass, looking to pass. Now he lets it go, and incomplete down at the 5-yard line. The intended receiver, I guess, number 11, Jason Snelling, on the 5.
He almost threw that one out on Center Street.
And that brings up second down for the Wildcats. There are a lot of bugs around here tonight. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, there is.
All these big moths. I just about got attacked by one there a while ago.
Oh, now, Dave, anybody lives up in the holler is not afraid of no moose.
No, I just don't like when they crawl up your nose. I think that's where that one was trying to get a while ago. 6:53 showing on the game clock. The clock stopped right now. 33-8, Corbin leads the Evarts Wildcats. And after a penalty, we had another first down for Evarts. Football down on the 19-yard line takes it down to about the 17. I didn't catch that penalty there, Burley. I was trying to fight that moth off. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see what it was. Yeah, well, I did see it. The official gave the signal, but to be quite honest with you, I don't know what it was. Greg White now comes in the game for Corbin. Greg, a sophomore.
So 2nd and 8 for Evarts. Ball on the 17-yard line. And the backfield shifts into the wishbone behind Browning. Gives it to Whitaker, coming around the right side. Good running room by Whitaker. Jody Mauser moving up to put the stop on him on the 70-yard line. But I think that probably will be enough for the first down. And it is enough for the first down for Evarts. So 1st and goal for the Wildcats.
Well, it looks like them Evarts may get another one in right here. Then I think we can expect maybe a onside kick.
Clock continues to count down. We're at the 6-minute mark now. And a timeout called for by the Wildcats of Evarts. So let's take a break. 5:55 to go. 33-8 Corbin leads, but Evarts is knocking on the door. This is Red Hound football on WCTT at T107. needs to work, man. I don't know. Oh. How many what?
How many yards and penalties do we have assessed? Over 100?
Well, 5:55 to go, 33-8. The Corbin Redhounds on top of the Evarts Wildcats, and I don't think Chuck Selby is close enough to anyone to tell us how many yards and penalties Corbin's had assessed against him. But if you bump into Tim Dudley down there, Chuck, check on that for us. We got people up here that want to know. So the Wildcats first and goal from the 70-yard line. Whitaker with a handoff, crosses the 5 to the 4, runs into a wall of red down there.
Pretty good defense on that play right there as Corbin gets Creekmore along with Root and a number of others in there. So that really was pretty good defense.
So second down now, facing Evarts inside the 5, 2nd and 4. Yeah, I got the signal there from Chuck Selby. Let's go down to Chuck. Chuck, how about those penalties?
Dave, Mr. Dudley just informed me that Corbin had 75 yards on penalties, and 60 of them came from face masks. So I just got in talking to Travis Smith, and I asked him, he hold his belly. I said, what's wrong? He said, I'm just too big to do this. I said, yeah. So well, how do you like it? He said, great. So I give you fellas.
All right. Thank you very much, Chuck Selby. As on the second down play, no gain on that run by the Evarts Wildcats. So 75 yards in penalties against Corbin here in the football game. 60 yards of those have been face masked. Travis, he probably is too big. 255. He's not used to playing fullback, but he's having a good time out there, Brilliant. Has done an outstanding job. He threw a couple of really good blocks there in the first half and had some good carries here in the second half.
Hey, if your legs will carry you, you're not too big to be anywhere in football. Depends on how much quickness you can generate.
That's true. Hey, Travis, he's not slow.
No, he's not.
Moves pretty good. Browning, the keeper to the right side. Then the pitch to Whitaker. Whitaker cuts it in for the touchdown. Oh, pretty nicely set up play that time by the Evarts Wildcats. Browning kept it out to the right side. Then the pitch, the option pitch, and Whitaker takes it in for the TD. And our score now is 33-14. Corbin on top of Evarts.
Well, I'll tell you what, Evarts has come back here, Dave, and put together two pretty doggone good drives here in the second half.
So Jimmy Whitaker gets the second touchdown of the game for him, the second one for Evarts. The Wildcats will go for 2 on the conversion. And Browning rolling way back. Those for the end zone, incomplete. So the score will stay at 33-14 with 4:19 left to go in the football game. We'll be right back. Evarts will kick it away to the Redhounds. This is Redhound football on WCTT T107. Well, 4:19 left to go in the football game. It's 33-14. The Corbin Redhounds on top of the Evarts Wildcats. Dave King along with Burley Foley here in the booth. Down at field side is Chuck Selby, also Tim Dudley and Bill Sloan down there handling the stat sheets. Evarts just picked up their second touchdown of the game. Jimmy Whitaker, 2-yard run, the 2-point conversion, no good. Or a 4-yard touchdown run, 2-point conversion, no good. Evarts will kick it off. Back to receive for Corbin, expecting the onside kick with only one person back. That'll be Mike Wyatt. Corbin looking for the onsider here from the Wildcats. Whitaker, the kicker, he's going to get the boot to it, though. He drills that one all the way back to the 9. Wyatt has it there. He's cut it out to the right side. Now back to the midfield, up to the 30. And then he's hit from behind and taken all the way up to the 37-yard line, and that's where the spot will go. And a flag on the play.
Who was that flag on?
Looked like maybe on the Corbin sideline.
This kid piled on, and Cotton called him on it, and he popped Cotton 15 yards.
Oh, gee whiz.
Well, misconduct penalty against Corbin. That'll be 15 more yards for 15 yards taken off of that Corbin run back. Was taken to the 37. That'll move it back to the 22-yard line.
Ron Pettis here in the booth called him rabbit ears.
Yeah, really, I mean, the guy was almost out. He was almost out in the middle of the field, and he came running over that flag.
Maybe he doesn't like us. We like him.
Yeah, I think he's a pretty nice guy.
I do. I think he's done a good job.
Has been a very well-called football game,
Yeah.
I think.
I think so.
But after that 15-yard, all the Corbin penalties have been, with the exception of one, have been 15-yarders. One was a 10, one was a 5, and all the rest of them have been 15-yarders. That's another 15, 90 yards in penalties against Corbin here in the football game. Once again, 60 of those have been for face mask. So Corbin will start 1st and 10 from the 22 with 3:59 left to go here in the football game. Brand new quarterback in there, Lance Wyatt. Also some other new players in. Handoff goes to Mike Wyatt. He takes it up to the 26-yard line.
Well, Lance White, a senior quarterback, getting in, getting some time, and Lance, he deserves some playing time. He stuck it out, you know, and unfortunately he's playing behind a tremendous athlete in Jody Mauser, but Lance White, really good to see him in there, although he does play on some special teams, but now getting some snaps at quarterback.
Wyatt has lined up behind him. Mike Wyatt, the right halfback. Matt Phillips is the left halfback. Brent Willoughby, the fullback. Handoff to Phillips. Big hole, 30, 35, 40. Up to the 43-yard line. Didn't take him long to get there either. That's not going to be enough for the first down. Corbin has to make the 47 to get first down yardage. They took it to the 37 on the kickoff and then had a 15-yard penalty, which made it 1st and 25.
I don't have any yardage on Matt Phillips tonight, but I'm sure he's had a pretty impressive game.
Yeah, hopefully after the game we'll get an update on all those stats with Chuck Selvey. As Wyatt turns, hands it off to Phillips. He's surrounded by Evarts Wildcats that time, and no gain on the play. Brings up a 4th for Corbin, and still about 3.
No room really there for Matt that time.
Well, what do you do here? You're down to 2:25. Just go for it?
Go for it, yeah.
Corbin will win the football game and go to 2-3 on the year. Evarts will fall to 3-2. Corbin has Wayne County coming in next Friday night, and in all honesty, might be a team Corbin could improve to 3-3 with if the Hounds have a good football game. You don't want to overlook anyone too greatly, though. Wayne County 0-4 going into tonight's action, and Phillips has got the first down, crossing the 47 to the 48-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 48 for Corbin, and that will more than likely allow the Hounds to run out the clock in this football game. Coming up after the game, hopefully we'll be able to get Willard Ferris on the wrap-up show. Willard said it was too wet last Friday night. It was too late. He says it's too late and it's too wet, Dave King. I'm not coming to talk to you. So I said, okay, we'll get you next Friday night. She was getting around midnight hour time when that football game ended at Glasgow last Friday night. As Lance Wyatt turns, hands it off to Phillips. And, Phillips came out of the pack, and he's down at the 35-yard line. I thought he was down after about a yard gain, but one of those plays where all of a sudden the player just emerges out of a sea of other players and takes it for a good gainer, which is what Matt Phillips did, down to the 35. 1st and 10 for Corbin from the 35-yard line.
Well, I'm telling you what, David, really, Matt Phillips is the kind of athlete that can really carry a football team. He's really running well, and I'm so glad because he's such a good kid.
Well, I think he started in that Glasgow game, and he's kept it up here against Evarts this evening. Lance Wyatt back to pass. He's looking. He's throwing it out to Mike Wyatt. Did he catch it?
The pass play was
Yes, says the official. He caught that ball down on the 18-yard line before he went out of bounds. Great play by Mike Wyatt to catch it and stay in. Of course, he wound up going out of bounds because of his momentum, but that's another first down for Corbin. With a minute 10 seconds left to go, the Hounds striving for more here, leading 33-14 over the Evarts Wildcats.
And again, you got to give credit to Matt's great game tonight. Again, to the big guys up front. They've done a good job tonight also.
Yeah, they have. Travis Smith back in at fullback. Corbin working off the right side of the field, right at the 18-yard line. Hand off to Phillips. He's at the 15. Boils his way down to the 12. Well, you hear the ooze.
Get out of the way here.
Yeah. As Matt lowered his head and ran over the Evarts tackle. Even though the guy did make the tackle, he paid for it.
He really did. You know, it's been a good one of those good nights for him, and I like I say, I'm so glad.
So Corbin lines it back up again. Number 14, Greg Wyatt. How many Wyatts we got here, Burley? As Lance Wyatt back to pass, he looks toward the end zone, and it is knocked down. Trying to go to Mark Mims, but that ball knocked down by number 24, Hart for Evarts. Then with 29 seconds to go, the clock stops on the pass incompletion. Ball will stay on the 13-yard line, where it's third down from there for Corbin.
Well, a lot of people might say, why are you passing here? You're up 33-14. But, you know, Lance Wyatt's a guy that when he gets in there and takes some snaps, he needs to throw the football, too, because there may be some situations this year where he's in there throwing the football. So I don't fault Coach Adams for throwing the football right here.
And I agree. Hand off to Matt Phillips.
The way Matt
Phillips, the 10 to the 8.
Hey, the way Matt Phillips is running, if I'm their linebackers, I hope they pass.
That'll bring up fourth down. Corbin just a bit short of the first. And the Hounds, I don't know if we're going to get another play. We'll have to hurry here. We're down to 10 seconds to go. This probably will wrap it up.
We'll get one more.
Wyatt in behind center with 5 seconds. 4, takes the snap, turns, gives it off to Greg Wyatt. He won't get it in, and that will end this football game. Well, it ends with Corbin on top by a final of 33-14 to improve to 2-3 on the year. The Wildcats of Evarts dropped to 3 wins against 2 losses on the football season. Hang around. Coming up here in just a bit, we'll discuss the game with Burley Foley. Also, we'll have a look at the after-the-game stats with Chuck Selvey. And hopefully we can get up here Corbin assistant football coach Willard Ferris. And as usual, let him take care of the wrap-up show for us. Once again, 33-14, Corbin wins. This is Red Hound Football on WCTT T107. Frank. Oh, did you ever get any more scores? Oh, okay. Well, our listeners don't know because they don't know.
Because we didn't tell them.
That's right. We've not told
See,
them.
Ron.
So it can't be old, Frank. See what I mean?
Do, 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 do.